Never say that. Never say that. A few more seconds, everybody. There we go. Mute it. Now I'm good to go. All right, everybody. Good morning. So today's class, I got something really good for you. Okay. People are always asking me, Angel, where do you find your flips? How do you get so many? How do you get so many listings? Well, the same listing appointment that I go to is also a potential flip. Okay. And let me just get myself, I wrote myself in my notes because last night I was asleep and I got up really quick and I thought, you know what? I got to write this down because I don't want to forget to tell you guys here. All right. I'm going to share my screen with everybody. Can you see my screen, Lily?
Yes. Yep.
Perfect. All right. So I'm going to tell you this little story real quick before we get started, everybody. I'm talking to Jose Myron. He's in here. I don't know if he's here right now. He walks into my office yesterday and he goes, or 2 days ago, I went to the Tom Ferry seminar. Oh my God, it was the best thing I ever did. Not because I learned something from Tom, but because they have multiple speakers. And I don't shut myself down. I'm listening. Some of my team members, including my wife, were saying, let's go home, let's go home. Because like some people, we met there. But I'm there till the end because I never know what I'm going to hear. Man, some of the stuff that I picked up immediately, I came back, I took action, I got my VAs. One of the things I'm going to do is my VA is going to call all my past clients and ask them for 4 referrals. I'm looking for sellers. If there's buyers in there, I'm giving them away. Also, I'm going to have them do a Zoom live, what do you call it, interview. They're going to interview my clients, and those are going to go on my website. Okay. Then from there, he showed me, and I heard him say stuff about how to maximize your websites, your landing pages, your pixels. I went, oh my God, as I told you before. Point being is my appointment is today Tuesday? No, tomorrow's my appointment. Today's my appointment with my web designer, and we're going to go over it. In that conversation, as I heard what I'm going to do with my VAs, because my VAs are not going to start cold calling cold data, which I was really afraid of. But in talking to the web designer and different people, I figured out a way to have my VAs call cold market. So Jose Myron comes up to me, he's one of our agents, one of our members, and says, hey, I gave you an escrow, which I told you all, if you give me an escrow, I'll pay for your implementation, right? Give me two. I'm trying to create more business for my other business, right? So with that said, Jose goes, he has 69 somewhere in their seller Google leads. Plus, he also has a cold database. So what I'm going to do for him is it will take about 3 hours to go through his 69 leads. We're going to call him twice in one day, in the morning and the evening, and he has to be ready for a live transfer. His day is going to be Wednesday. Okay. Live transfers today are so important because when you get these leads that are potential flips, right? You got to be able to reach them before someone else does. And I'm headed somewhere with this. So we're going to be cold calling for Jose Mario and following up on his leads. Okay. Now, right now, one more story which applies to what I'm about to tell you. Okay. We go to a listing appointment, and the big one that's out right now is Seller's Advantage. Okay. They're huge, man. And how they work is they run ads everywhere, but they're not the ones getting the leads. I can call Seller's Advantage right now, as you can, and say, hey, I want to apply. How much would you charge me? What? $1,000 a month? Okay, here's $1,000 a month. They capture so many leads, they forward them to me, and then it's my job to go and close on this appointment. So you will not be competing. I hope you guys are hearing this. This is like me at Tom Ferry. I'm listening, and many of you guys may be here, maybe washing the dishes, maybe doing something else, and you're not paying attention. And if your business is not growing, it's because you're not paying attention. You're in the cube right now, as Richie says, and you're probably doing something else and you're not paying attention to me. But you don't understand. This can't change your life, guys. This can't change your life. So here's what happens. Me, Tom Ferry, you guys are listening to me right now. The call comes in, seller's advantage. Remember what I said. They're selling their leads to investors. So I go to a listing appointment. The one we're going to do the demonstration today is the one on Mulberry. But I'm going to give you a quick story on the one that we went to here in the city of West Covina. Let me share it with you real quick because I want you to understand and pay careful attention to this because when Kevin and I break down how we got the other one, it'll make more sense. A second. While I do this, Lily, use your voice.
Everybody share your wins in the chat. Personal and business. Love to hear it.
Maybe we should hear those first. Anybody got a good win for us? Let's see. Okay.
I'm opening escrow today on a property.
Good job, Reggie. Good job. Anybody else opening up an escrow got a listing? There is how many of you? 51. Don't be shy.
Share, Craig, share.
Don't
Angel,
be
I went
shy.
and met with a guy, sat down with the net sheet and brought some other stuff. Sign him up to sell a condo, sign him up to purchase a replacement and do a reverse 1031.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Wow, that's a good. Hey, Greg, you just started, man. So you use that net sheet. By the way, every single one of you should be practicing on this net sheet. Every single one of you. I'm telling you, I was up there, and Fidelity has a great tool, but I kick the ass of that tool every single time because you all use the same thing, right? All the guys that go up with the Mike Ferry, Tom Ferry scripts, I kick their ass every single time because they're trying to get into their scripts, and it's all about the numbers, guys. Let me show you this one, okay? And quick story. So I get a call, right? We run a Google lead. Andy makes the call for me. It's an old lead. Andy books the appointment for me. I go with Andy. We meet with the client. And he tells us about Sell Smart. They're going to buy it for cash for 510, but he thinks they're gonna pay off his mortgage. It was 510, then pay off his mortgage. He says, I'm not gonna list with you. I'm not gonna sell my house to you. And he lists this with another real estate company, Remax. Remax takes the listing, they put it on the MLS. Immediately he gets because he's already signed a contract with seller's advantage. So he's forced to take it off the market. Now, the agreement states that he has to share the commission or the listing with seller's advantage. So I come in, right? I come in. Remember, you are all commercial brokers now, listing agents. Okay. You flip, you wholesale. So I go in with the hat originally to wholesale, right? Or flip possibly. But as I'm talking to him, this poor gentleman, he needs all the money he can get to go buy another house cash. He's older, he speaks very little bit English, right? And he's struggling. So what happens during this appointment? I tell him, we need to put this house on the market. And here are the numbers right here. This is the numbers. He gets screwed because I got to get him out of the contract. So I did a projection. We're probably going to have to pay seller's advantage 20 grand. His wife signed an agreement to do solar panels. You see how I become this financial planner, guys? This is so important. So I do the solar panel numbers, and this is going to be his net. I pay off his mortgage. Okay. We put the money for him to buy a house for cash. His daughter, Mira, won't move out unless he gives him $10,000. That will leave him with $59,000. I get the listing, I leave, we're good to go. I get a call and he says, I don't know what he said. The other realtor is trying to get back in. He wants this listing, but he doesn't know how to resolve this issue here, as many of you don't either. So I will teach you as you move along and you come across situations like this. I'll show you how to get out of it. You tell me your problem and we'll share it in the class for everybody to see. Okay. So what happens now is, okay, fine. Coincidentally, an agent in my office has a buyer for this property because this will be the third property like this that we pick up and we got buyers lined up. So I told the client, look, your agent is suing you and wants commission. I'm going to buy this myself, cash. Guys, I'm not really utilizing cash. This is where Kevin teaches you. We're not even going to use any money whatsoever, but we have an entity, and that entity is the one that's going to be buying it for 771. Okay, we're going to open up an escrow, and I'll let Kevin get into this a little bit more in a moment and explain it to you. We are still going to pay off the individuals that need to be paid off. And look at here, the same thing applies, and he's going to walk away about the same amount of money. But now, this is the big part, guys. We're going to turn it around and we're going to sell it to the buyer. Okay. But we're going to sell it to the buyer for $840,000. And we still get our commissions. There's all your expenses. There's the payouts, the people that, got to get paid off. And he still walks away with $59,000. The only difference is we make an extra $10,000. So on this transaction, we're going to make a total of $60,000, guys. But I'm helping this guy get out of this mess. How did we get the lead? We ran a freaking Google ad. Okay. VAs are calling. My agents have got assigned to it are calling. But the one guy that I gave it to, and this is an old lead, and he picks it up. I leverage myself, everybody. You see here? You see the word leverage? I leverage myself by using different people on the team. And that's one more thing I'm going to teach you guys as you join our community. I'll teach you how to leverage yourself. Now, look at this. $60,000 for one transaction. It's going to take a little bit of work because we're going to make the call for seller's advantage to negotiate that deal. And if I get it on $5,000, he makes more money. But we're mentally prepared for 20. His other option is to hire an attorney, but the attorney's going to charge us $10,000, and in the end, we're going to have to pay out $20,000. So we got a team member here who's going to make that call and negotiate. Let's back up. This is a listing appointment that when you do the right, how do I put this? When you present the right way, you're going to figure out how to do deals. And in your tab on your net sheet that you all have has the ability to run the numbers, to see what their taxes are going to be on a personal home, to see what their taxes are going to be on a capital gains, to show them what their payment's going to be on the house that they're going to be buying, to qualify them. You're doing everybody's job before you lose this listing to someone else. And then more importantly, the repairs. There's a tab that calculates the repairs. So you can do the repairs for the client. And then if the client is insistent that they want a cash offer, there's a flip calculator to determine what that cash offer is going to be. Guys, stop effing around. I'm telling you right now, run your Google ads, go to the listing appointment. And by the way, if with that sheet and you're at the listing appointment, you can't convert, then it's you. You are the problem. Look at Craig. Barely is he as a member that just barely started. He goes to the appointment, he uses that sheet, but he's probably learned, he already knows how to use Excel, or he learned how to use Excel. Point being is all of you, you're not an Excel expert, but it's the easiest way for you to deliver to a client. Okay. All right. So now let me show you the demonstration. We're going to do this in two parts. I go to a listing appointment, okay, and this will be the one on Murphy Ranch. And then Kevin's going to show you the numbers and how this happened because we are probably going to end up buying this property. Let's go here.
Mulberry, number of ranch.
Oh, did I say Murphy Ranch? You know what I'm thinking? Practice with
And you know what? Just quick story. Coincidentally, Angel, yesterday I got a message from Seller's Advantage trying to sell me a property.
which one?
I gotta check. I'm trying to look for the email on my phone. It was weird.
Everybody tries to
Yes.
sell our properties back to us.
Can you explain what is a seller advantage means?
It's a company. It's a company. So they're a big company. I'm pretty sure they're nationwide at a lot of the bigger markets. And what they do is they run Google ads to get potential flips. But really what I think they're doing is they're wholesaling. So
Yeah.
they're not buying all of them. They're wholesaling a lot of them. So
Rod told me that they can't even buy them. So you're probably right. They're wholesaling them. All right. So this is the demonstration. I go to a listing appointment. We get a call. And this one's an old one too. It's sitting there in the portal. Several people have been calling. Jennifer also goes to the door to this one. And I was talking to Jennifer. Jennifer, are you here? Jennifer's also she's an agent and she's a stager. So I asked her to be on today. So what happened is I'm at this appointment. It starts off, it's Jennifer goes to the door and the lady's mean to her, right? And what happens is that one of my other team members, my VAs call. They book an appointment, they transfer the call. Chris gets it. He books the appointment. We show up. They're telling me about seller's advantage and how much they offered only $635,000. So I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to give you a quick visual what that represents to them. So if it was, I think this is one of the older sheets. This one, I just added the cash purchase one for simplicity. But here it is. I think they had offered them 635. Okay. They were going to clear negative $33,000. They owe $200,000 on the mortgage, and they borrowed $468,000 from the brother-in-law. Okay. This is going to put him in the negative. So what I did is I gave him a secure safe number of 690. Okay, if I bought it for them, remember it started off as a presentation for a cash offer. That's what they were looking for, and they're going to clear about $22,000. But I went on to show them if I bought the property for 690. Okay. And when I was originally there, I calculated, and we're going to recalculate these numbers because Kevin went to go check it on it to double check it. I figured it was going to cost me about $75,000 to fix it, 4 months to hold it, and we were going to make about $38,000. So then I thought, you know what? I told him I probably going to buy this for like 680, and I'm a little bit safe for $48,000, and I'm probably gonna have to try to put a little bit less money. So I'll put 60 in here. Okay. I told him I can live with this, because it's in my city and I'll be able to sell it pretty quickly for 885. Then I thought about it. I talked to Kevin. My safe number should be more like 875 because it's the only 4 bedroom in the city. I'm still safe. Okay. I don't have to pay an assignment fee because I'm the one that found it, and I don't have to pay a listing commission, only a buyer's commission. Not bad, right? So I continued to the client. I told the client that, look, honestly, we need to put your house on the market. The hoarders, you guys can log on. You can see the pictures online right now. We have no offers. It's just there's so many boxes. There's only like a 12-inch pathway through each room, right? To walk through to get from room to room. The only area that has a more open space is the kitchen, right? So I broke down the numbers. I broke down here, paying off the mortgage. Okay. I broke down what is it? Oh, by the way, how did I get this lead? Guys, right now, I tell you all, it's in your portal. You need to Google every name, every referral company that comes on, Homelight, Effective Agent, Referral Exchange. You need to sign up with them. It doesn't guarantee you're going to get a lead, but when somebody goes to Google your name, it's going to come up on all the portals. So if it comes up on Referral Exchange, Effective Agent, you'll have to pay a referral fee, but at least they found you. Okay. That's the mindset you got to put. They found you. Half the time when I Google your name, I'm not going to find you. You're not going to populate up. So that's a quick little nugget. Client, we do the listing presentation and you can see the numbers here. In conclusion, I can't sell this property. So we put it on the market for $799, full intentions of selling it between 805 to 810. We're not getting any traffic, everybody. No traffic. And we've gotten very few people because it shows really bad. So I asked one of my friends to send me an offer, and he did. And at that point, they decided they can drop it as far as 775. So we just dropped it, I think, on the MLS to 775. I asked her, but I didn't make the call. If I would have made the call, we would have dropped it to 768. It's how you deliver. But it's one of my team members that I'm teaching. So I had him do the call and he was able to drop it to 775. See, if my list price would have been 668, it just looks much better, guys. 769, we'll do 9. That looks much better than 775. But it's okay because in the long run, they got to sell it, and I'm going to end up picking it up down here for 680. So let's go back to 680, which they're going to clear $12,000. At 775, they're going to clear $60,000. Okay. The offer that we sent in was for 750. They were going to clear $36,000. Point being is we have 2 more weeks to sell this property. If not, we're buying it, and this is what we're going to be buying it for. During the demonstration, again, everybody, here's the actual how it is. See, here's what we propose. Here's what we listed it for. Offer came in at 740. We were trying to tell her to see what they were going to clear 27. We tried to tell them, to counter at least 750. And she at that point said, no, I'll do 775. We said during this conversation, this is very important, everybody. Listen to this. Stop whatever you're doing. This is where I said, well, if you're going to let me counter them 775, why don't you let me call everybody back who's inquired and let them know that we should, we'll take 75. They said, okay. Then I said, well, now that we're going to tell everybody, why don't I just change on the MLS so the whole world can see it? She agreed. I got a reduction on the spot. Okay. I'm trying to help her get this property sold. That's priority number one. If I buy it, that's priority number two. I'm trying to help her get this property sold, and there's emotion tied into this. Lily, are you there? Oh, she walked away.
Yes.
Lily, I'm a very boring voice. Pitch your voice here. Get these guys excited because, all I am is about numbers, but you are always like the happy person. Come on, cheer these guys up. Lily has nothing to
Sorry.
say
She
today.
hasn't had her
I'm
morning
o-
coffee yet either.
Yeah, I'm over here making my coffee.
You know what? You walked in here looking groggy too. I saw you run in, so I won't
Oh
even.
my
I'm not
gosh.
going to even address you there. That was our intermission, everybody. I
There was,
broke it up. Go ahead.
there was a question in the chat by Craig. Did you use hard money?
On this one,
I'm not sure, Craig. Do you want to unmute yourself?
He
And
already answered it.
oh, I did. Okay.
Yeah, that was an old
Kevin's
question.
going to go through the next part, the demonstration, how he runs the numbers, our sheet that we use to calculate. And he usually doesn't share too much, but I asked him this time to share because this is a real scenario that we're looking to buy. All right. So while I sat here, it is my responsibility to go over all the numbers. So I even did her exemption on how much money they're going to have to, if there's any taxes to be paid. And we were clear because if I do the exemption, if we end up buying this property for 780, right? And they purchased it. Oh my God. No, I take that back. Oh shit. At 780, there are no expenses. I'm going to wipe them out right here. And they bought it for $97,000. So they're going to have to pay $31,000 in taxes. Man, guys, I do so many. I don't remember if I explained this to them. I better call them and talk to them just to make sure they're aware. Okay. So here we are, everybody. Now I'm done with my listing appointment. So now I come back. We're talking to Kevin. I told Kevin this is a potential. It was just last week that Kevin said, you know what? And I told Chris, I think we're going to have to buy this property. So, Kevin, I asked, can you go look at it? Now I'm going to hand this over to Kevin and you tell him what you did from this point forward. You're on mute, my friend.
Gotta mute myself. Sorry. So yeah, basically what we did, you guys, is on the flip sheet, if you guys used it or if you haven't used it, you should be using it. So a lot of what we do here in the area is I based a lot of the pricing on there, on our average price per square foot. Let me share my screen. Let's see. Can you guys see that?
It's
No.
loading, yes.
Okay. So, and you guys could change this. Remember, this is just Excel, you guys. So the way I based all this stuff is basically price per square foot on our area here. Obviously, we're in Whittier, and on how I run my numbers on my contractors. So if you guys haven't used this, basically how it works, and it's usually pretty spot on, pretty close. What I did on this is that it's on the higher side, but I'd rather overestimate than underestimate for a lot of these projects, right? So when you guys use this on the flip sheet or on your net sheet, excuse me, this is my flip sheet, but that should be on your actual seller's net sheet. When you guys plug in here, the bedroom count, whether it's 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, the square footage, let's just say I go just to make it drastic so you guys can see it. Let's say I put 10,000 square feet. All these numbers down here, they all adjust for you guys. Okay. So again, it's priced for us on average of what we get for a lot of our contractor bids. So you can put in the window count, it calculates that, door count and everything and so forth. So when I was looking at it, when Angel called me and said, hey, we got to go look at this property on Mulberry, you might have to end up buying it. We just want to be prepared in case we had to bring up an offer for the seller, which obviously we kind of disclosed to you guys already that we would have to buy it for 680, 690-ish, right? So when I did all these numbers right here, Angel was pretty spot on that it was going to cost us somewhere in the neighborhood of about probably about $72,000, right? So when I clicked on all these right here, which are the ones that are check marked, this is all the major stuff that we're gonna have to do. Obviously, interior paint, exterior paint. There's 2 bathrooms. It's pretty big square footage. I think it's like almost 1,700 square feet. Obviously, recessed lighting. There's a fireplace that we have to update and replace the garage door, right? So that comes out, if you guys can see down here to the bottom right, $72,000. $72,000 is what's going to cost us, I would say, most of everyone in the area to rehab this property for the most part. Obviously, for us, we have our contractors, they give us great estimates because we give them so much work. For us, more than likely, it's probably going to come out closer to $60,000. And let me pull up my flip sheet over here. So $72,000, and even at $72,000, to be honest, it'd probably work out. But let me go over. Oh, here it is. And Angel kind of already showed these numbers, but when I ran through them, going over to my thing is acting slow. Sorry about that. Touching on these again real quick. The demo, interior paint, exterior paint, kitchen remodel, 2 bathrooms, interior doors, hardware for the floor installation, moldings, windows. The good thing about this one, it didn't need a new AC, did a new HVAC, which would have cost me at least another $14,000. And it had a new roof, right, Angel? I think the roof was about 5 years old or something like that.
Right.
So needed the recessed lighting, the fireplace, and then a garage replacement. All these other major things right here, which we do on a lot of projects, you guys, roof replacements, the AC, fixing walls on the exterior. We didn't have to do any of this stuff. So really, it only had cost us about $72,000. Again, we're probably going to get it down to about $60,000 for this one. Right here. So what I did is I always think worst case scenario, you guys. I always plug in my numbers worst case scenario. So what I did is, even though I know we're going to get this closer to $60,000, I still plugged in right here. My estimate on the other page was $72,000. I rounded up to $75,000 just in case. You never know what's going to happen.
We're still at 75 then? I thought it was lower than that.
No. We're going to end up about $60,000.
Okay. I freaked
100%.
out.
But what I'm saying is, for the purpose of the demonstration, because not everyone's going to get $60,000 like us, right? They're going to
You know
get
what? You're right, Kevin. I did tell you to tell him about that.
Yeah, so not everyone's going to get the same pricing as us, because we give our contractors so much work, they give us the best possible pricing. On some of the deals, they even make almost nothing, because we give them constant work pretty much weekly, monthly, right? So for us, yes, our estimate's going to be about $60,000, but for the average consumer, you guys who end up buying a lot of these properties, for a lot of your investors, if you represent them, it's probably going to be closer to $75,000. Now, this isn't including staging, if you guys decide to do staging, which I highly recommend you guys do staging. For us, and I'm sure you guys see it across all your markets, staging makes a huge difference when you're going to put one of these, remodeled properties up on the market. That way the buyers can visualize the space, visualize where they want to put their furniture and everything. Is Jennifer on here or is she not on here?
Yeah, I just saw her. Just Jen. I think it's Jen. Or
Okay.
that might be my VA Jen.
Oh, maybe. If Jen is, you can unmute yourself. But for the purpose of this demonstration, you guys are probably going to get estimates from around $75,000 to get this completed. And like I said, for us, it's going to be around 60. But for the purpose of this demonstration, I always show worst case scenario. And when I run my numbers, I run it worst case scenario, right? So when me and Angel run these numbers, I know for sure this property is going to sell about 910, to be honest. Probably about 910, 915, because the 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1 level, 1,700 square feet. So it's a big property, right? So I mean, if it gets that high, obviously at 910, if it can get this down to $60,000, $600,000, obviously that's a pretty decent return, right? But you got to think worst case scenario. For us, I think we said our exit was maybe like 78, 75, which is super low for the area, right?
And in a moment, everybody, I'm going to give you a demonstration how we determine these prices, how I use the MLS. So stay tuned. Stay here because I'm going to show you this next part is going to be very critical. Go ahead, Kevin.
So our exit price is 875, and obviously we're still making a pretty decent return right here at 875, which it'll be the lowest price in the area for that size. Going back, this is our estimate. Let's plug in your guys' estimate again, just so you guys can see the difference, right? This is your guys' exit. If you guys were to buy this property or represent one of your investors, right? $75,000 for rehab. Your exit price was $875. You're still at $41,000, which is still really good, you guys. You know what I mean? So really, you can even go to an exit of $850, but highly unlikely, I'll be honest, just because it's the biggest property in the area. Not the biggest, but great size. And you're still in the positive, you know? Obviously, it's not the return that you're probably looking for, but you guys have to know what your exit price is going to be always, right? So we're always pretty conservative at our numbers whenever we run these. So let me see here, 875. But for sure, I know it's going to sell somewhere around 900, guaranteed. So when you guys are looking at this, if you guys haven't used this flip sheet before, remember there's only three things that you guys always need. Obviously, the purchase price, your rehab cost, which you're going to use the construction cost sheet that I just showed you guys, the list to determine your numbers, and then what you think you could sell it for, right? And this is using hard money. This is using hard money. So right here, you guys can plug in obviously your interest rate, how many points you're getting. So for us, obviously, we only get charged, 1 point on all our hard money. So it's pretty cheap. And our rates are typically between 9.5 to 10.25. So we get obviously premier pricing for a lot of these projects. So looking at this, you guys might be determining, okay, well, how much, if I wanted to buy this as my first flip or maybe my second, third, whatever it might be, what are my numbers actually looking like, right? So if you guys have never used one of these, hard money loans, whether it's a 90, 100, where you put 10% down and they give you 100% of the rehab, I've already calculated for you guys.
Kevin, can you go to the top real
Yeah.
quick and show them? Like for us, we buy with 10% down. But
Yeah.
for the majority, Kevin, they got to buy with more down, right?
It's possible. Yeah, I'm just showing them scenario. I'll show them ours and then I'll show them what theirs look like right after.
Okay.
So for us,
Also, can you also,
Yeah.
sometimes they ask for points. I don't know how to place it on the calculator. Like they usually ask you for a down payment, interest rate, for whatever time you're gonna
Let
be
me show
using
you.
it.
Good example.
How many points also you have to pay.
Yep. So good example. So right here on the right here, obviously, I'll start from the that. So this is the property address information right here. The middle is obviously what you're going to pay for any listing commissions, buyer commissions, assignment fees if it's a wholesale project. On the right here, Juan, is where you're going to plug in all of your loan information, right? So if you can see right here, the purchase price can be $685. Let's just say for the purpose of this demonstration, the hard money lender wants you to put down 15%. 15%, right? Obviously, your LTV is going to be 85%. And on all of these, they always give 100% of the rehab. So after you calculate your rehab at $75,000, you get 100% of the rehab. And then right here, you plug in whatever interest rate they're going to be giving you. So a lot of you guys will probably get somewhere in the 11s, possibly. So let's just say 11 on this one. And let's just say the lender's going to charge you 2 points. Then right here, you calculate how many months you're going to hold it for. 3 months, 4 months, 5 payments, whatever it might be. Okay. After you plug in that stuff, and then you plug in what you're going to sell it for over here on the left on the resale price, the ARV, you guys can scroll down to, and I know a lot of you guys have seen this, but right here, this is going to be your total money to purchase right here, this 154. So what it includes is the down payment, the 15%, and you guys can probably see this right here. 15% of the 685, you guys can calculate that on your phones if you want real quick. That comes out to $100,000. This cost to purchase right here, the $29,000, is going to be right here. The cost to purchase, your escrow fees, any tax proration that they take, the points, the 2 points on the total purchase price, the loan amount, insurance, title fees, whatever it might be, cost to purchase, and then your loan payments, which is calculated right here. So about $154,000 is what you're going to need to purchase. To close, you're only going to need these first two, which is $130,000. But when me and Angel analyze a project, we look at the payments too. So even though it's only going to take $131,000 to close this project, we include the loan payments always. So we know for this specific project, we're going to need $154,000. Did I answer your question, Juan?
Yes, but I have another question.
Yes.
The cost per the rehab costs.
Mm-hmm.
the $75,000, the bank will loan you that money as well, or you have to
Correct.
come out with the money?
Correct. Yeah. So how it works is an example, right? Let's just say you do the demolition and then you do the floors in the house, right? And let's just say the total cost was, $10,000, just to make numbers easy. $10,000, once you've completed it, obviously you upfront that money. The bank comes out, inspects the property, and gives you the money right back as a loan.
And
So you're
you have to add it to whatever the original loan was, right?
correct. So this is the way me and Angel figure it, right? So let's just say the rehab has cost me $75,000, right? That's why it's important for us when I look at this, I include the loan payments and how much money I need for this specific project. So this loan payments right here, even though they're for payments, this is part of the money we use as the rehab to use before we get it reimbursed back to us. Does that make sense?
So we're borrowing from Peter to pay Paul.
Yep.
So in addition to the 131,000, you still have to have at least the
25K.
initial rehab cost, 10,000, 15, or 20
Exactly.
grand.
And that's why a good question, Reggie. And that's why I mentioned right here the loan payments. We still figure that as money we need to close, if that makes sense. We have this $22,000 for rehab to start. Because remember, when you guys close, that's just like a regular loan, right? We closed today, we're in March. My first payment isn't till not April, it's in May. So within 30 days, I'm almost done with this project anyways. Make sense? So this $22,000 is money I use for my rehab before my first payment. So by the time my first payment comes, like I said, I'm almost done with the project, or I'm pretty much 90% done.
You don't pay interest rate what would be the interest rate for the regular loan for Harmony? For that money for the rehab, you don't have to pay interest rate, right? You put a firm and they pay you back, right?
They'll pay you back. Yeah, you do pay interest on the rehab because it's part of your loan. So
So they added
right
that to your
here,
loan.
correct. It's already done for you on this calculator. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So right here, like your first loan amount right here at 80%, 85% loan to value on the 685 is 582. And on the $75,000, it's 100% rehabbed. I'm sorry, 100% given to you. So your loan amount is going to be right here, 657. And that is what your payments are figured on.
And I'm gonna put a little commercial in here right now. The reason I show everybody here how to get listings, how to run your Google ads. We give you the whole setup is because you're going to come across opportunities that you yourself won't be in a position to buy, or it'll be enough equity in there for us to work this together to wholesale. Okay. And it just gives me, I'm leveraging you guys. You're leveraging me and Kevin. I'm leveraging you. I'm showing you how to get listings. Why do I get 4 listing appointments a week? I'm tired of going to these. So now I'm leveraging myself and I'm sending the team, right? I don't do the open houses. I leverage myself and I let the team be there, the agents from you, the community, and you guys capture sellers. But in there, you're going to find an opportunity. Many of you, I bought properties from a lot of you guys. Reggie, I can see you on the camera. You're the first one. I think you're one of the first ones in the community that we bought one from you, and you did well. I think we gave you 30 grand and we walked away with our portion. Point being is that we're showing you how to get this done. Ryan Pineda charges you $25,000 to do this. Other guys charge you 10,000, 5,000, 40,000. It's insane. What do I charge you? I don't charge you shit. I charge you guys $99 to use the platform. And then when you find a deal, there's a button that you submit the deal to us. More than anything, many of you haven't brought me anything, but at least you're getting listings, right? And that's what I want you guys to do. Karma comes back and things just fall in my lap over and over and over. So right now, just to show everybody, Kevin's showing you the numbers. My profit on this particular project is actually going to be a lot higher. All right. The only difference is because we're able to get 90% of the money. And let me tell you what Kevin did. Kevin's really good. So he has a friend, in the past for years, we've always sold properties to investors and we never knew. I think just in the last 5 years, we knew what the hell, we lost so much money, right? But one of his investors, as we started to buy properties, we were leveraging ourselves and we needed the ability to do more. Tell him about the guy that grows the wheat, Kevin, how you came across him and how he helped you, and how he set you up. Tell him.
I won't give his names, but I know for a lot of you, I maybe shared my background. So when I started with Angel, who's obviously my dad, if you guys didn't know, It was in '07. That's when I graduated high school. And obviously the market crashed. So a lot of what I started to do when I first started real estate was investments, basically flips, all this stuff. So when the market crashed, I met this investor who at the time him and his team were buying about 15 homes a month. So they were buying about 15, 20 homes a month. And he grew really fond of me. He loved me. And really frugal guy, has a lot of money. And believe it or not, he's my neighbor now. So he's been my neighbor for I think about 8 years now. And like I said, super frugal guy. This guy has a lot of money and he does well, you know. And anyways, when we were starting all this stuff, he said, Kevin, let me vouch for you. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, let's get you the best terms, let's get you the best everything. And I'll tell him that you've been my partner for the past 2, 3 years. And I was like, really? So if you, a lot of you guys don't know this, we also do ground up development, you guys. Obviously it's not the best thing right now. A lot of the cities are taking forever. But you know, when you go to get qualifications for a fix and flip and a ground up, it's two different things. You can do 100 flips and you still won't qualify for a ground up construction loan or hard money loan, however you want to put it. He vouched for me on all of these. So we end up getting the best terms. And right now we show you guys that we get 90-100 on these deals. On a lot of them, guys, we get 100% financing. You know, so it just really just depends. Most of them are 90-10, or no, sorry, 90-100, but a lot of them we get 100% financing because we have the experience now. But to speak on this guy's experience and what he did for us, that's what we're trying to do for you guys, right? You guys leverage us as much as obviously I leveraged him. You guys get to the same position. You guys get the best terms. You guys get 100% financing on a lot of your deals. Where now you can go into a lot of these projects with literally no money. You just pay your closing cost, right? Your points, your escrow fees and title fees, and you're done. So that's really what we're trying to create for you guys is obviously a partnership. Obviously, you guys, you know, bring us deals. We bring you guys deals at the same time, you know, and obviously we share the knowledge, we share the benefit, you know.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Now, see, I get a little confused. Now, you said because you could essentially get in with no money down,
Yeah.
but you still need that down payment of that 131,000.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's not no money down.
No. So what I'm saying is now in this specific deal, right? So the deal has to make sense to the hard money lender. They don't just go and lend you money, right?
Right.
So if the deal is great enough where they're saying, well, this is a really good deal, then they'll lend you 100% of the money. Not on this specific deal, right? This one's a little bit tighter, right? So this one is 90-100. But what I'm
Wait,
saying is that right now, a lot of the hard money lenders, they're not even lending 90-100. They're advertising that they're giving 90-100, but a lot of them are giving 80-100, 85-100. One investor I know recently just got 75-100. So he had to put down 25%. So just to show you guys on this, if that was 75% on this specific project, you guys need $200,000 now for this specific project, right? That's a lot of money for one project. You know, where if we were getting, let's just say, you know, 90-100 on this specific project, which is still pretty good, right? That was $212,000 on that one. I can go buy 2 projects, right? Maybe even 3 if it's a smaller project, right? Not every project, you guys, is obviously, you know, 685. You know, we buy projects $500,000 or you know, $400,000. It just depends. You know, you guys can spread your money across and do more deals, you know? So it just depends, Reggie, like you mentioned. For us, guaranteed, it's always 90-100. But if the deal is good enough, it can be 100-100. If I answer your question correctly.
Yeah, you did. Thank you.
So just to plug this in 100-100, right? So you're telling me for this deal, if I bought it, I could come in with $57,000. That's just my closing cost, right? Escrow fees, payments, and look, I'm making 8 grand less all day long. You know what I mean? So I think I answered your guys' question, but yeah. Any comment on that, Angel?
I'm going to share my screen. Go ahead.
Quick question. If
Mm-hmm.
on the other side, like let's say that we have money,
Mm-hmm.
cash.
Yeah.
Do you guys also partner with money? Like let's say that you have probably. I'm trying to say like in the same time, like if you don't have the money to cash for the 90% or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys also partner with,
Bring it to us. Bring it to us, and then and here, I'm gonna share something with you.
I'll make a quick comment. So like a lot of you guys have sold us properties, right? And what I've told you a lot of the times when I speak to you guys, right? If you guys wholesaled it to us, there and a lot of you guys have called us with deals, right? And what we did is we structured it where you guys were technically the buyer and you assigned it to us. So you made a wholesale fee, right? And with that wholesale fee, if you guys recall, a lot of you guys are on here that I've purchased properties from. I told you guys, save that wholesale fee. I know everybody needs the money and, obviously we want to spend it, but save that wholesale fee so that when the time comes for the next one, you guys can partner with us and purchase it with us,
Yes.
right? Now you're building your portfolio just like my buddy did for us when I was building my portfolio for these, right? A lot of you guys, I told you guys, save that wholesale fees, whether it's $30,000, $40,000, whatever it might be. That's a lot of money, you guys, Try to set it aside. We do 2 or 3 of those. Now you have $60,000, $90,000. You have more than enough to go in with us on the next deal.
Hey, Angel, correct me if I'm wrong, but you said that if they have a listing currently on the market, they can still wholesale it to you, right? If they're
Yes.
dealing with the seller. So even
Yes.
if the
So
property is on the market, you can, and you're looking for a cash buyer and it's not getting any activity, give us a call and we can also offer you cash.
well, that's what a lot of agents do. They'll submit, 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 submit. We get calls from agents who send us deals. They're calling it a wholesale deal, but the house is on the market, but they secured it. And and it's at us. I'll give you an example. A friend of ours called me on when I was at the Tom Ferry event. I think that was last week, Thursday, and he texted me and Kevin, I got a deal. Kevin looked up the deal. It was really skinny. There was not enough profit. There was no exit strategy on that, but it's on the market, but they secured it. And that's what a lot of agents do. I do this differently. I'm trying to show you all how to get a listing before it hits the market, right? And I don't have to pay a wholesale deal just to you, but those come with more meat on the bone. Okay. So I'm going to show everybody. Let me share. Stop sharing your screen, Kevin. I'm going to show everybody 2 things right now. How when you know you got a deal, and second of all, this real quick. When you have a deal, everybody, this is the portal as you all know it. This is my favorite button right there. Submit a deal. My favorite button. Felipe just sent one to us, and Kevin's looking at it. Don't know where we're at with it, but this is the button when you guys have something. Don't call, just push the button and submit, fill it out. In this whole portal, guys, this whole portal, is the part that I did it because everywhere where you would go, you needed the Google, you needed the ad, you needed the landing page. Everybody was charging you too much money. So I just duplicated what I have and I did this for you guys. And I show you how to get the listings, how to run the ads, basically do everything yourself without spending a lot of money. All that money you save, you run your ad, you capture a lead, and you find a deal and you send it to us. Now I'm going to show you something real quick. So, for example, the property that we're talking about right now in Mulberry, okay? And this is how I tell all my agents, and this is how I tell all our members, when you're going to price a property, look, right now, if I looked in the city of Whittier between 750 all the way up to, let's just say, 950. Let's see how many homes are for sale that are 3 bedrooms plus, 2 bedrooms plus. And I only want houses. I don't want condos, just single family residents. We're live on the MLS. In Whittier only, there's 39 properties. And look at all the arrows. Reduction after reduction after reduction. Now, this is critical. I hope you guys hear me. Andy is usually, when I tell him something, he picks this up pretty quickly. He's listing a property. The client wants to go from 825 to 865, as I shared with you the other day. So he's still safe at 865. Let me show you. So right now, because I have a 4-bedroom, and so does he. He has a 4-bedroom. And let me go back to the criteria, and let's include coming soon. There we go. Okay, so now we got actives and we have coming soons. Okay, now I'm gonna see the pricing here. I'm gonna change because this would be us. 4-bedroom plus. How many we got left? 18. Okay. 18. Now I'm going to go by square footage. What's our square footage, Kevin, on that Mulberry?
1,676.
So let's go 1,400 plus. Okay, here's our competition, everybody. So we put this property on the market for 855. Look at this. This is how I compete. Calmosa, cute. I think it's a flat roof, 799, 1,600 square feet, 3 days on the market. If I look at this, all right, I look at my neighborhood. All right, that's my comp. Oh shit, Kevin, that's competition. 799. Okay, Calmosa. All right. 799. Oh, I beat this one, Mulberry. It's us, guys. This is us. This is the one I'm talking about. We didn't even show you all the inside because it's all full of boxes. This is hard to buy but look, it's a 4 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,686 square feet. Okay. Next one would be 799. Archway, already been reduced, 1,500 square feet. Why did it get reduced? Let's take a look at the house. Look at this. This realtor, I don't know what he was thinking, but they should have cleared the countertops. Okay.
I think this one's been on the market for like a year.
Dude, this realtor should be fired. Let me see
Oh,
who is
yeah,
it.
200, what is it, 214 days?
Oh my God. After
It's
only maybe
bankruptcy, that's why.
it
Yeah.
is? Well, regardless, but never mind. Okay, this one here, Arkenton, 799. They're all 799, 4 bedroom, 1 bath, 1,400 square feet, 4 days on the market. Okay, this is telling me I'm going to have to offer less money. I can see why now. See, at 799 on Arkenton, this is too far compared to the area that we're in. Let's go here, 800,000. Because I'm trying to get 895. Rufus, 4 bedroom. I didn't realize there's more 4 bedrooms. Just went on the market, everybody. Actually, this is helping me, guys. While I'm talking to you, I'm learning myself right now. I may have to adjust that price. I got to go meet with the client again and tell her, hey, we need to drop the price more. 819, look at the reduction. Empty, easy to move in. I
What did they
think
reduce
that's
that one
not,
to?
huh?
What did they reduce? What was the size of that one?
This is not real furniture.
Oh, that's yeah.
819.
Hmm.
Wow. Hey, everybody, I'm realizing there's a shift happening right now in our market, in our world. Look at that. This one is a flat roof at 849. They reduced it, 204 days on the market. All right. Well, you've all witnessed this right now, guys. I did not. Okay, that gives me
By
an
the way, this kind of property is like 350,000 here in Las Vegas.
What it doesn't matter what city we're in, more than anything, I'm right now here, whatever happens here in California, everybody starts to follow. California throws it first, then you start seeing in Chicago, then you start seeing in New York. But we're always the first ones that are going to feel it. And I'm looking at this. My God, I didn't realize there's a huge inventory. So Kevin, I have to rethink Mulberry, right? We're going to have to offer them just a little bit less because there's a lot of 4 bedrooms on the market. Yes, not all that are in perfect areas. Maybe some are better than others, but overall, there's a lot of inventory with 4 bedrooms, Kevin. So with that, I'm going to go back to your sheet, my sheet, Kevin, and I'm going to do this. I got to go back to our client and tell them when I meet back, let me see, net the calculator. I'm going to say, Kevin, for me, purpose for this conversation, I'm going to have to tell them 675. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Because I got to have a safe exit number of 865. Okay. And you're gonna have to go back and try to bring the costs down. And I don't think it'll take us 4 months. We'll be out of there pretty quickly, but I'll leave it at 4 months. But it's not bad. A 43% return on our money. Safe. Safe. At selling it at 865 for bedrooms. Okay.
And
Selling at
realistically, by the time we actually put it on the market, it'll be June.
the hot market.
Yeah, it'll be June, July-ish.
Okay. So everybody, while I sat here and I looked at our market for this property, we always look at right before we're going to buy it, everybody. But I just happened to look right now, and I think it's going to be safer for us to pick it up, Kevin, maybe just 5 grand, a little less. All right. Not to mention on this one, by the way, no, never mind. All right, everybody. Does anybody have any questions for us? And if you need help, contact Lily, right? Lily can explain to you the platform that we do here. You know, if anything, this platform was created because I was going networking with other agents, and man, they were just wanting to charge me too much when they found deals. This honestly turned out to be beneficial for me and Kevin because now people are calling us to buy our stuff. In fact, so we carry so much stuff, everybody, and then they buy from us, and then they don't realize somebody comes and tries to sell it back to us. So, it's funny. Does anybody have
Hey,
any questions we
Yeah,
can help you guys with?
hey, this is
Kevin.
Larry. I got a
Kev-
question.
Oh, sorry.
I wanted to know what's the latest version of the net sheet? And
Dude, that was a great question. Here, let me show you. The newest version goes to all the implementation members. Let me close this real quick. Oh my God. Because it started out, each one of you brings me a problem, right? The most recent problem was Juan. Juan says something about, I don't understand. How does this work? So because of Juan, you guys got to thank him, because he's new to the community. He brought a problem and I resolved it for him. And let me go here real quick. Thank you for asking. I even called it the Big Bear because that's where I was. I was there, I just got off the mountain, right? So this one gives you the same thing, the net sheet, the owner's exemptions, the capital gains. You qualify the buyer, right, for the purchase. And more, and this is the big one, the units. When you're meeting with the client and you got to calculate the numbers for the units, they're going to sit there and they don't understand that their house is not worth what it is. So it calculates what the mortgage payment's going to be for the new potential buyer. Let's pretend it was this one. And it auto-populates to a section. Then I get the rents that they collect, the expenses that they have, and then it auto-populates the mortgage over here, their taxes and their insurance. Now, what he's going to do, it's going to tell me what kind of a profit I have because it's going to show the rents being collected, minus the expenses, and then either the profit or what they got to bring to close the deal. And when they see this, they go, how the hell are people going to be able to afford this? Exactly. Your units are not worth this much money. So then I give them the solutions, which you all know and how I teach. The appraisals, okay? That's the other problem you all have. You put the house on the market, it does not appraise. It does not appraise. And you're in escrow, and the buyer doesn't have the money to pay the shortage, and it happens. So you lose the listing. And guess who lists? One of your competitors walks in, gets the listing because you were not prepared to explain this properly to a client. And it's going to happen more and more and more. I did a calculator to calculate the difference between a cash offer, all right, because it's going to be a dispute, a cash offer, and the difference between a selling. So see here, if we sold it for $899, okay, let me do this real quick. If we sold the property for $899, right? You keep putting the number in here to be whatever the cash deal would be that you'd have to offer them to match that. Watch, I'll just guess at it. $700,000. Okay, there's seven. I'm gonna add another. Here we're gonna clear at 899. We clear 845. So I'm gonna add another $800,000 in here. I think 800,000. There it is, 845. You'd have to offer them 845. If it's a cash deal. And then here disputes. Many times this is the one for you, Juan, that I created. Juan was sitting there, and we have two siblings that are disputing each other, and they're supposed to be buying each other out. You pop in the numbers, it calculates, and then Juan said, well, how do I know where my payment would be? I put it down here. So it calculated the payment. So Reggie, this is the newest version. So when you walk into a listing appointment, you guys are going to look like pros.
What
You,
date? What date is that one?
¿Cómo?
I just did it.
when is it going to be
Compré
uploaded in the
esta
system?
casa,
It's not.
Say again.
The date. That,
No, it's not in the system, Angel. The newest.
Yeah, the newer
Yeah.
version is not on the
It's
system.
He just made it like 2 days ago.
I was just up in Big Bear, guys.
we're still making modifications.
And then Kevin modified the agenda because Liliana asked for the agenda, right? So we redid the agenda. Kevin saved it, and I think you put it on my screen, right? Let me see. And Kevin said, "Man, that thing's ugly." So last night he was working on it. Where'd you put it on my screen, Kevin?
It's in your drive.
I'll let you show it because you put it in the listing agent drive, and I don't know how to access that one.
Oh, I gotta find your password.
Okay.
to
Well,
log out.
uh, Reggie, I think we're gonna load it in the blueprint.
Larry.
Oh,
It
Lily,
was
when can
Larry.
you load?
Larry asked.
Yep.
It's the other
Also,
black guy.
the investment
Don't say
calculator.
that, Larry.
Wait, I missed it. Did you ask for the investment calculator or did you ask for
Yes,
the net sheet?
And that sheet.
Okay. Yeah,
and the investment calculator. You guys also put it there together, or is it
no, we don't
different?
have the investment calculator up there. You know, that Kevin decides who he gives it to because it complicates.
Es que estoy es en un webinar. Termina y ahorita me dices, ¿ok?
Bro, we hear you.
I keep muting Mary Bella and she keeps coming off. So anyways, that one is very complicated. You guys struggle just to learn the net sheet. So the calculator, when you find a deal, call Kevin and he'll walk you through how to utilize it. So he'll run the numbers by you and then he'll decide if he'll send it over to you. Because that one, they're available everywhere. People offer it. The only difference is that we've designed ours to work together with our net sheet. So when we're running the numbers, they look kind of similar to each other. And as you get better, he'll be able to add that tab to your net sheet. At the moment, we haven't done it because over the past, Juan, for example, you pick up the phone and you call Angel, 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 Lily, Lily, Lily. But we're realtors, guys. I just got to make sure you understand this. I'm a realtor. Kevin's a realtor, just like you guys. The only difference is we're showing you what to do. Some of you will ask us for the world, and no, because we're realtors, guys. If you want me to show you the world, I'm going to charge you 10 grand a month, right? I'm only charging you $99 a month so you can find me some deals. So, Juan, it's to help you find more deals, right? More listings and across the board. If you come across a deal and you need help, we'll walk you through. I know many of you are already flipping. Congratulations on that. You have to flip, you have to wholesale, you have to list, you have to have the commercial. Today, we are realtors that need to do multiple things to make sure we survive in this world. Do we have any questions in the chat? I forgot to check.
Yeah, Kevin, when somebody partner with you guys, what's the return on the money?
Say it one more time, Michael.
When somebody partner with you guys, how much is the return on his money?
How much is the return? It all depends. Every project is different. And I'm transparent with you guys. Obviously, I show you guys my calculator and how much obviously we're profiting. Obviously, the bigger the profit, the bigger the return, right? So there's different ways we can structure it. You know, we can structure it where you guys wholesale it to us and you pretty much get your money up front, if that makes sense. Or we can do it where you guys partner with us on the actual flip, but obviously you guys have to come in with your own money at the same time. So there's different ways of structuring it.
No, I mean when somebody brings his own money to, work a deal.
Correct. So when you bring your own money to do a project with us, correct?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I was explaining. So it just depends on each deal, right? So if you come in with obviously, let's just say we need 100 grand as an example, right? 100 grand to do a deal. Let's say you want to come in with $30,000. We split the profits. We can do 70-30, right? 70%, 30% profit to you. So it just depends. We can structure however we need to.
So we have to bring a deal to you in order to split with you, right? To get started. Like if I only have 50 grand, that's not enough to do a deal, right? What's the minimum?
It can be, like I said, every project's different. Some projects can take, I've showed you guys some projects, they cost us 80 grand for the whole thing.
I'll give a scenario.
Projects.
Kevin, go to your spreadsheet. Open the spreadsheet.
So like I'd like to, start flipping again but I don't have much money. I have like 50 grand. Is that enough or do I have to bring a deal to you, or can I say, hey, here's 50 grand, let's do something together.
So take for example, take that resale price on the calculator and leave it at $899. Let's say we would have purchased this thing for $500,000. Change it to the top for 5. And then change when we're utilizing our money. And then on the top on the repairs, put 120. This is just a made up deal. Okay. Look how much money is going to be made down there. And put it to 5 months, Kevin. Put it to 5 months. And we're not paying you. This is where Kevin's going to tell you, do you want an assignment fee or do you want to split the project? right here, there's 183% return on our money. Now, how much money do we need total? Go down to the bottom, Kevin. So we need $105,000. So you would come in with $52,000 and we come in with $52,000. Okay. Kevin's going to charge you a management fee, obviously. So he has to decide what that management fee is going to be. And he probably put in the assignment fee, put $20,000 for yourself, Kevin. This is kind of made up example. So now we have $193,000 that we're going to make as a profit, right? But you now have to come in with the half of, let me see down there. Where is it?
121.
121. So you got to come in with $60,000. But your profit, you split. The 177 gets split in half. Make sense?
Makes
That's
sense. Does this pertain to deals that we bring to you, but
We're
Uh,
going to stop there because if you find a deal, bring it, and then Kevin will tell you, because that's a whole different subject. We can sit here for another hour on if. And for this type of transaction, it does not apply. You find the deal, you use the calculator that I've given you on your flip chart, you pop in the numbers. Okay, you have it. You pop in the numbers. And if the deal looks so damn good, then call Kevin to make sure you didn't make a mistake. And then Kevin's going to tell you, my God, you just found the golden nugget. Let's take it. Let's take it. Right. So, with that said, Nicole, find one and then bring it to us. Oh my God, it's 1:10. Guys, we got to
Yep.
go. Everybody, implementation members, we're on next. We're no break.
Everybody, say thank you, Kevin.
thank you, Kevin.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Kevin.
Kevin.
Thank you, Angel.
Thank you, Kevin.
You guys.
Thanks, Kevin.
Implementation
Kevin.
members.
you,
What's
Kevin.
Kevin?
Thanks, Kevin, Angel.
Implementation members, I texted and emailed the link already. We will see you guys in 4 minutes.
1 minute.
Bye, everybody.